Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm thrilled to be collaborating with the incredible Glam Beats by Z. We're doing a full glam make routine from start to finish, and I can't wait to share all the tips and tricks with you. So let's go ahead and deep dive in, and I'm going to show you how I start off with my skin prep. To keep my makeup flawless all day, I always start by prepping my skin. First up, I'm using the Aveeno Positively Radiant Face Lotion. Even if you have oily skin, you still need to hydrate your face. To keep things smooth and prevent any cracking, you need to hydrate. As an oily skin girl, trust me, I know it sounds counterproductive, but it's really not. Next, for a luminous glow, I will be using the Shop Miss A Lumi Glow Complexion Booster in the shade Shine. It's perfect for that extra dewiness, especially with the colder, drier months coming up. This helps keep your skin looking youthful. It still provides you with that nice glow without having to feel like you're oily. And this to me is one of my favorite things whenever I do my makeup now. It just adds that extra glow underneath for the skin. And might I add, it also just looks really good on top of bare skin. I definitely recommend this. And if you're looking forward to possibly getting this, I'll be dropping every product that I use down in the description box. Now, to keep my makeup in place, I'm using the e.l.f. Powergrip Primer with niacinamide, which helps my T-zone stay matte and oil-free. I love this one because niacinamide is so good for your skin. I know they have the blue one, the original one, but I don't like to use that one because it also adds hydration. We just hydrated our face. We're trying to stay oil-free. We don't want to look cakey, and this is why I'm going in with the e.l.f. Powergrip Primer with niacinamide. And I love this. Make sure that when you're applying it too, after you quote unquote rubbed it in, press it in. It literally tells you that on the directions too, and that's just to ensure that you're activating that power grip so that makeup can stick and hold. And I don't know about you guys, it might be a little bit corny, but to test it out, I like to make sure that it's sticky, and I always do it by doing that so I know that my makeup is going to last. The final product, so our lips are not chapped, I'm going to go in with the Lawless Beauty Overnight Lip Plumping Mask, and I love to use this just because it gives my lips that nice tingle and it sets the base for when it's time for me to do my lippy, and I truly adore it. Off camera, I went ahead and I did my brows. I used the Kiss New York Pro Line and Fill Brow Pencil in the shade Dark Brown. Then I went in with the Shop Miss A eyeshadow primer to keep my shadows in place. I really love this primer. I normally only use concealers, but this is the one primer that I do use because I love the eggshell base because it helps keep that pigment nice and bright. It's sticky, so it really grabs that eyeshadow so you have minimal fallout, and it's just really good. Like, if you're just tired of using concealer, I definitely recommend this. It was only $1 anyway, and it's so good. Then after I have that blended out on my lid, I'm going to go into the Morphe Artistry palette. Don't say nothing about her when you see her. I use her so she looks a little crazy. But I'm going to use a warm brown in my crease. I packed on at least 2 layers on my eyes so I can get the intensity that I want. And mind you, this is a fall look, so we are going to stay true to the nice browns they have. I know fall has a whole bunch of colors, but specifically for this look, I wanted to focus on the browns. Next, I'm going to go into a dark chocolate brown, and I'm going to focus that in my crease. I really wanted to add some definition in there to really make my crease pop. And I believe I went in there maybe about once or twice as well, just to build my intensity. And then lastly, to add some contrast, I'm going to go in with some black eyeshadow just for, you know, like a little liner, but not too harsh. I didn't want to go in with the black liner because I feel like that was going to be a bit much. I really wanted to keep this look very sultry for the fall. My focus on this was to create a look that you can also wear to Thanksgiving, you know, be glam, be cute, and it's actually not hard to achieve. That's the reason actually why I have the tape on the side, because the tape does the hard work, which is making that liner like really sharp. So if you're looking for a glam look that's easy, I truly recommend doing this look. It's super duper easy. Now to make it pop, I'm going to layer on the Shop Miss A Liquid Lights Glitter Eyeshadow in the shade Sepia. And this, oh my gosh, it is so good. I was worried when I first used it because I thought it was going to get all over the place, but she dries down so fast and she stays in place. I truly love her. Now I'm just taking that brown shade in and I'm blending that in to the glitter so that way it doesn't look so separate. And I'm going to do the same thing for the black as well, just to marry everything together. Next up, I'm going to go into the Violet Voss All of You Forever shimmer shade in the style Spotlight Shine. I wanted to just add, you know, a nice glow in the inner corners of my eye. Even though this is a nice fall brown look, I still wanted to make sure that she still gave bright, because even in the fall, you know, that air is crisp, and I wanted to stay true to that as well. Finishing off with my look, I'm going to go into the Meredith Dewberry collaboration with Kiss in the style 4 a.m. with the lashes. And I'm going to prep my lashes with the Milk Makeup Kush Mascara. These lashes are literally everything. On to the base. So I'm going to go in with the Makeup Revolution Banana Setting Powder, and I'm going to reinforce my T-zone just to make sure that no oils are coming through. Then next I'm going to go into the e.l.f. Camo Blush in the shade Gorge Orange, which is perfect for that cozy fall vibe. It just, I feel like it added some real warmth to my face, and that's why I wanted to go for this. I feel like the pinks are definitely meant for spring and summer to give that nice flesh tone look, but for the fall, we want to keep it nice and warm and cozy, and that is why I'm going in with the e.l.f. Camo Blush in the shade Gorge Orange. Now for brightening, I'm going to be combining my concealer from Timeless Beauty with the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade 30 Honey. I'm going to focus these concealers on the inner corner of my eye, the bridge of my nose, my upper lip, and my chin. And to get the most coverage out of my concealers, what I like to do is I like to set it first with a matte setting spray, which you're probably going to see me use a whole bunch of times in this tutorial. And I like to give it about 2 minutes or so before I actually go in to blend it out with a brush, simply because, like I said, I really want that full coverage look. And in doing so, it really just, I feel like you get more out of your concealer when you do this method. Now, some people go instantly out to blending. I just trust me on this one. When you let it sit and get a little tacky before you blend it out, just watch the coverage and watch how much usage you can actually get out of this. Now I am using the Real Techniques setting brush. I love doing this. Some people like to use a sponge. I feel like the sponge takes up extra product. I don't use too much product starting out because I like to be able to build it. But using this brush, I feel like I can really focus it where I need to and keep that, specifically the inner corners of my eye, bright and not drag it down with the rest of the concealer. So I do use 2 concealers, one for brightening and one that's closest to my skin tone, just to marry the 2 together. Now, I'm not gonna lie, with my technique, I kind of make up underpaint, so we're gonna go straight into the contouring. So I'm gonna go back into my beauty brand, Timeless Beauty, and I'm going to put it on the back of my hand. I'm gonna swirl my angle brush around in it, and I'm going to put that right in the divot of my cheekbones, and then I'm gonna place her on my forehead. And I like to do this method because when it comes time for me to put my foundation on, everything doesn't look so separate. Everything actually gets married together because of the foundation. And speaking of that, yet again, I will be going into my beauty brand, Timeless Beauty, and this is in the shade Bronze Glow, and I'm only going to focus that under the bronzer portion. I actually don't use a lot of foundation. This is actually how I preserve my bottles. I only use what's needed where I need it because I place product everywhere else. And then what I like to do is I like to bring it up into the concealer that I use just to make sure that nothing looks separate. This to me literally does make everything go hand in hand. Nothing looks like, oh, she placed this here, that there. No, doing this method for me, I found I get the most coverage and the maximum blend out of my looks. Literally, I feel like a walking filter. Now for one of my favorite parts, I actually use the same setting brush that I used to blend out my concealer. I'm going to go into the Laura Mercier Translucent Honey setting powder, and I'm going to start setting everywhere that I put concealer. Now I don't, pull my eyes, or I don't look crazy when I do this, just because the motion that I'm going in back and forth helps put the powder in the crease no matter which direction that it's going in. And I found that helps give me a smooth under eye. I do tap off the excess on my brush if there is too much, but notice that I'm not swiping. I am patting her in there and pressing her into the product, so that way I can get the maximum coverage as well from my translucent powder. Then another thing that I like to do is I like to go into the Maybelline Fit Me. This is in the shade 330 Toffee Caramel. I like to put that over my translucent powder because it takes away the extra brightness. I want this to look like a flawless, seamless blend like skin. Next, I'm going to go into my Hoola Caramel Bronzer, which if you're in the beauty community as deep as I am, you know all about her, and she does not need an introduction. She is that girl when it comes to bronzing, and I love and adore her, and she lasts for a long time. I really do like her. Then I'm going to go into the Shop Miss Cherry Blossom Blush just to add some warmth. I really love this blush. It has like this coral tone, and she's just super gorgeous. Then I'm going to go back in with that Maybelline Fit Me pressed powder again, and I'm going to put that where I put my foundation just to reinforce that and make sure that she is not budging. Then again, I'm going to go back into that caramel bronzer and just redefine my nose because I don't want her to get lost under there. I'm going to spray my face with some matte setting spray again. Once she dries down a little bit, I'm going to take my foundation brush and I'm going to press all of that product back in to marry everything together. That's the word of the day, marry everything together. And this is how I make sure that my base looks like butter. Finally, let's finish with the lips. So I'm using the Kiss New York Pro Brown Lip Liner, and you can get this from your local beauty supply store. She is amazing. I love her because she gives me that brown that I want, and not that brown that has like a red undertone. I love me a true brown lip liner. And then once I get my lips lined, I'm going to go into the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink in the shade Dreamer, a nice pink mauve tone, which is very popular for this fall season, and just gives some nice candy lips. And then on top of that, I'm going to go in with the MAC Creme de la Nude lipstick just for a little contrast in the center of my lips. And then lastly, I'm going to go in with the Lawless Beauty Forget the Filler gloss in the shade Candy Sky for that gorgeous plump look. Now, I don't normally use highlighter, but in this case I had to because I just feel like it's a nice subtle champagne look. So what I am going to do is I'm going to put some highlighter everywhere that you see the light bouncing off of my face. I just feel like it'll be perfect for this fall, just to give that nice dewy look again, because like I said, for the fall you don't really want to look too matte. Now if that's your look, go ahead and go for it, but for me, I like to have a nice dewy look for the fall. And there we have it. I'm setting everything one last time, and I'm gonna just let that dry on my face, and here's our finished look. Let me know in the comments what you think of this glam, and don't forget to tell me if you love this collab with Z. Plus, let me know who you'd love to see me collaborate with next. Thanks so much for watching. Don't head off of my channel just yet. Tune into some more videos, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.